the same session is terminated. Someone from the online session, you have to respond me.
Yes, we can hear you, madam.
This other one is not there. He is the one on. Am I audible to you? Am I audible to you?
Yes, ma'am.
So I can see that you are responding, but because I'm just sitting down and taking the lectures without even standing, that will even handicap the physical students. So that you have to respond me. I'm sacrificing. Because of course, unfortunately, I have given the priority for the virtual class. So that's why I decided to take, I was being forced to take a seat and do the lectures, though I'm not familiar with. So that's it's not good for the physical class, but it's still I'm doing it. Think how should I know that? Is it okay? Okay, that's fine. Otherwise, it's no point. Like I'm sitting down and doing the lectures, thinking that they can hear me because it's handicap you. It's a disadvantage. Yeah, from my side, I have to do two things for you, and I hope you all have settled down for the class. Am I audible? Especially the ones those who are sitting at the very back. Today, some lights have been isn't so that's why I can see that it's a bit dark. And make sure you aren't asleep. Two things from my side. One is I have to upload this one to the Moodle, and the other one is I have to give you your assignment today. So both I will do today in the break. So the last time we started discussing phone one disturb you. Just give me a minute. I just want to see, make sure that my phone doesn't disturb you. Okay, I hope you do remember the last week we started discussing the consumer behavior. Also, we said that it's very difficult of the human being because of so many reasons. And then we discussed the only way that we can get to know about the people is from the responses that they are making for the stimuli. So that's there we discussed about the stimulus response model. And also then we started discussing about so many factors are influencing the behavior of people. That means you and me. So we started discussing those. Discuss the factor. And then also we discuss how does that impact on the consumer behavior and also what's the marketing implications. How should marketers address it? Remember, after 1 week time, it will be very hard for you to get the mood for the marketing since you're adults. Remember that we discussed those ones. You have to respond. Yes. So in the factors, we have already discussed cultural factors, how. And also we discussed the, in the social factor, you have to correct me if my memory is wrong. So then on the social factors, of course, we have groups and social networks, family, role and status. For my memory says that we have already completed on. We have to start from the family today. Yeah, so good that I have a good memory. Okay, like the the social factors we discussed last week, how the reference group influence will make the people to going for different behavioral changes and also like demanding for certain products. So that we discussed like the membership group and also non-membership group. Can you remember? Social media, how the social media is influencing the people's behavior and accordingly how the people are demanding for different kind of products and also how the marketeers are making use of it, especially for promotions and also for identifying their target market where the people locate. Okay. I told you like some education in Sri Lankan context. So if they can, by the use of Power BI, if they can analyze like where those the people locates, so the Power BI connects with their Facebooks. So then they will give you like these are the places where this time A-level crowd is locates. So if the Chartered Institute wants to showcase some programs, so that they can target on those areas in the country. So likewise, that is to decide where your target market is located, so that you can decide where you have to pay more attention for promotions. And of course, like some universities, take those ones that's being connected with the social network, and then they give to the schools that locates in those areas before those people sitting with the A levels. And then they explain about the programs, the degree program that's available. So then after the A levels, they can decide is the entry exam for the university education as per the Sri Lankan experience. So then they can decide which the public sector university that you have to go and which private sector university that you go, because they have already done that promotion, even releasing the A-level results. So that today we have to start the discussion from the family. Okay. So as per the Asian continent, Asian context, the family, we give a good credit to the family because we have a kind of a family bond, and also because we Western world, it is an individualistic culture that I discussed last time also. So therefore, like once we are being married to a particular the person, and also if we have a family, and sometime even for the extended family, that means it's not just so we have a kind of the legal bond as well as a mental bond. Okay, that is very crucial in Asian continent, unlike in the Western countries. In the Western countries, the one thing is, I think it's because of the Western country. If you have just unmarried woman, so then the government is taking care of the child. Okay, because you. So that's why people won't get married. So it's the partners are there, not hardly they get married, because if they got married, so sometimes they may not get the chance of the stipend that is being given by the government. The mother is working. So the mother works only for that number of hours, thinking that the mother should take care of the child. So for the child, until the child turn into, if I'm not mistaken, 18 years or 16 years, which I exactly can't remember what's the age. Am I going fast? Am I speaking fast? I told you like that I have. Child turning to say 16 years old. So then the government is saying that now it's our responsibility is over. So they stop the stipend. And then that's why like those, then the parents, so they say that because now they won't get any the income from the government. So they are encouraging those children to leave out from the house. So now it's your life. So you have to leave out, you have to have your own financial source and your own life. So they don't have a much of a family bond as in Sri Lanka. But in the Sri Lankan context, that is totally different because even at the age of 2025, we will continue the education. So if a particular person has gone to the university, it may be taking care of the children. So therefore, like the family influence is more significant in the Asian continent, unlike in the Western countries. So therefore, like some of the decisions we won't make alone. So it's become a family decision. An answer from both sides, from the virtual class as well as from the physical class. Align with in your families so that you have the experience. Which decisions have taken as the family and the entire family decision. Amor, I'm not asking rocket science. So you will
regarding
certainly
marriage,
sleep, huh?
regarding
Because my
marriage,
tone is, it would be a nice sleeping with the rhyme if you are not responding me. What decisions basically the entire family makes? Yeah, the marriage, yes. Since you are adults, I think the coming for this degree program would be your own decision. Unlike the ones having the undergraduates, probably it's not that they decide to register for a degree program and their parents might take the initiation part. They would decide, okay, this is what you have to do. Other than the marriage proposal, what else? That is also having marketing side, I will tell you later on. Come on, you're not making collective decision at home. I know certainly. It's just that you are shy to say. Vacation, yes. So how we are going to spend the vacation?
and when you are going to build a house,
You are dining out, yes. Yeah, those kind of decisions, like it's as a family, we have to make. If you are taking the family, the different family members are playing different roles. Okay. So that is what we call bind roles. So now take down, there are several bind roles. First one is first take down, then after that I'll explain. First bind role is initiator. Take down family. First bind role is initiator. Initiate is the one who initiate the idea. So let's go for a vacation. So something like that. The initiator is the one who initiates the idea. And the other bind role, second role is the one like who is supporting it. The influencing, basically positive way of influencing. Not audible. Is that so? I don't know how to fix all this. I just can't down. I now have to ask assistance from. So continuously, so just give me a minute. I'm going to take the assistance from the technician. Okay. So I'm going to stay in this place, so we'll see, like, if it is still not audible, I'll pass a message. I already rang the technical assistance. Roles. Yeah. Initiator is the one who initiate. The second one is influencer. Influencer is the one who influence positive way. And the other one is gatekeeper. Gatekeeper is the one who block it. Like saying that we should not do it. Gatekeeper. And the other one is decider. Decider, who decide. This is what we have to do. The purchaser is the one who purchase, paying the money and buy it, pocketing out the cash. And the last one is users. User. Influencer, gatekeeper, decider, purchaser, and the users. Now, think about, like, if you want to buy an automobile to your family, identify which family member is playing which role. Now you want to buy an automobile. So now the family different roles are there. So take your family members and identify, match that family members who plays which role. Initiator, who would be the initiating that decision, or maybe you can anticipate this is what it will happen if not. And who would be the influencers? Who would be the gatekeepers? Sometimes it's not necessarily have the gatekeepers. There are certain instances where the gatekeeper. And then who is the decider and who is the purchaser and all who are the users. Okay, either one user or maybe more than one users. And also these, also you have to keep in your mind, like one family member can play multiple roles. That also you have to keep in your mind. And identify. And you don't need to look at the next person's answer because I'm asking about your family. Definitely there is a network issue because like it was on hold. Put a message to them and ask like whether now it's all right. I think something wrong with the network today. Done? Okay. We don't have like unique answer. I will ask you to have a look at your own answers. If you look at the answers that you have written, you can see that some family members are dominating. If a particular family member is playing multiple see whether it's true. Is it true? Is it true means in reality, is it true? So especially like the one when it's come to the marketeers are well aware of this. So marketeers know that for certain products, it's not just an individual person's decision, it's a family decision, especially in the Asian continent. So and also marketeers should understand like who is the main decision maker, who is having more power. So in the buying of the automobile, the scenario what I have given, so you just go to the decision maker and see whether, like in most cases, decision maker is a male character. See whether it's true. Very well aware. Having said that, it is a family decision, and also different buying roles are there. And among these buying roles, the most powerful person is the decision maker, not the purchaser. So sometimes the innocent purchaser who is pocketing out the money, but the decision marketing companies are targeting the decision maker for those kind of products. Like automobile advertisements, if you look at any automobile advertisements, that they are speaking to a gentleman, not for a lady character. Sometimes the user is a lady, but still the decision is made by the gent. Am I right? That's why they are saying that's they nicely connect it with the gender. They say that this is a kind of a technical product. So even though the money is paid out of the female purse, they are reluctant. So the final decision is going out of the male in the family. So that we have to speak to the family, the male. But some other product like tiles, if I ask you to do the same thing for the tile, I mean the floor tile or the bathroom fittings, female character. So sometimes the pocketing out is by the gen, but the decision is coming out from the female. So of course the male can make kind of the decision, but the thing is male can't live in the family. Like every time if something went wrong with the decision to the female character. So sometimes you are the one who might be paying the cash for it. Marketeers are well aware of it. So that's why if you take any commercial relevant to tile, they are speaking to female. All the tile advertisements and also the bathroom fittings, they are using female is the one who is just hanging around, not the male. That because of this. So take it now, like for different products, the different people playing the different roles. Depending on the nature of the product. For an example, for automobile, decision maker is the male in the family. But some product like tiles, that will go to the female character in the family. So how the marketeers are making use of it? So the automobile commercials, through the automobile commercials, they are speaking to a male character, while tiles commercials are speaking to a female character. That because they are well aware, they are the one, those who make the decision. Which car to buy or which tile. Even the food related items. So they are speaking to the mother in the family. Because they know that the mother is the one who decides what to buy. You can take it down from your own words. Okay. Now, out of these buying roles, who would be the other most important party, the influencing the decision? Okay. So, like, I don't know who has been written as the influencers in your case, and but in general, the children are very powerful influencers. So with the small family concept in the Asian continent, like one child or two childs. So then if that is the case, like we try to listen to our children. We try to pamper our children. So then they become very powerful influencers. So marketeers are knowing, aware of it. One is we can easily tackle the children because they are very good imitators. I told you the other day also when we're talking about the environment, they are very good imitators and also they always try to explore so many things and change their behavior. Like below 15 years old also. One reason, and the other reason is they are very good, very powerful influencers in the family, so that the marketeers are tackling those people so that from them they can change the entire family. Example, McDonald's. That is the approach all around the world because you have to treat the children as stars. You have to treat the children as stars. Again, there are two marketing points out of which one is like if we attract the children So that's why they are giving Happy Meal with the toy. And also they have designed go to those play areas and also to get the not the meal but the toy. And always they are targeting the toy in the movie series that's going. So the people watching the movie and they want to have the toy attached to it. So something like that. So that was their concept. But I don't know how far that is being released after some time only. They are changing their toys. That was the approach originally that they implement in Europe. But in Sri Lanka also it's there, even though it may not that much clear cut like the movie first and then after the toys. The movie might be there in the online or something like that. The people are being exposed. Also changing time to time. And also like the since the people wants to get either the toy or else they want to they don't fix it. They don't know how to fix it. Technician to Kakara answer Karane, then I have to tell the coordinator. That's the only thing. അത് എനിക്ക് തിന്ന നെറ്റ്വർക്ക് ഇഷ്യൂ കാണും. ശരി. Physical ഇങ്ങനെ ഒരു കഠിനം ഉപയോഗിക്കുന്നു. പിന്നെ ഇങ്ങോട്ട് മട്ടം thank you. Okay. She will. Yeah. So the the McDonald is doing in that way to treat the children as a stars. One is like once we have changed the children's taste, because the McDonald is a kind of a food item. So once you and it has become a habit. I told you other day Pavlovian theory. It's the same thing. It's been continued and then it has been a habit. So then anyway you can't live without it. So then you will fall in love with McDonald's foods. So with that taste. So then after that, like even that person is living for another 60 more years. At least up to the person is coming to 45 plus or something for that number of years, the person at least time to time would go and taste that whatever he has been fall in love when he was small. That is one reason. And the other reason is like once you are attracting the children in the family and they are the one, and you said that when we are deciding where to dining out, they decide, okay, we have to go to McDonald's, that because they are having those special like either toys or the play areas or both. Anyway, the parents also supposed to have the meal from the McDonald's. So then the entire family is dining out in McDonald's. So that because of the power of the influencers. And sometimes even whenever we are going for vacation, like if you have the children in your who decide where to go. Because they have to have a story to tell once they return the school. And also it's having the reference group influence, like if they have gone for, if the friends are telling they have gone to these places, and they will be influencing the decision made in the peers, be with the reference group. And especially when watching the movies, already watched like these times in Sri Lanka, the Avatar is going. So if the friends have already watched, and they will influence in the even in the day, not the school holiday, even in the other times, we should also go there. So they become very powerful influences. The second most important role is the influences. That's mainly the children are the influencers in the Asian family, especially with the one or two child concept. He or she become very powerful. Products like dining out, then you can take down the McDonald's example. And going out for events like so sometimes like some of the movies, for parents it's so bored, but they really enjoy. But because of them, we have to join. Mainly that it's applicable the for the restaurant, the vacations, and also like the events, exhibitions, and those kind of ones. And even for food and beverages, also it's up to some level. So that's why the companies, they are targeting the promotion campaign for the children. And you all said that I think the example what you all said I have already covered, except the marriage proposal. So I think if you look going through the buying process that apply for the marriage proposal as well. That's why I said that it is also having a marketing perspective. Like that influencers, probably gatekeeper would be either the one who would be in the victim, and maybe like the decision maker in the Asian family. So unfortunate, I would say, the user is don't have a purchase. Only the one who is in the dowry concept, the one who is giving the dowry. Other than that, there is no purchases. The user and the decision maker, it's like some companies, those who are dealing with that marriage proposal. So they are targeting both decision maker and the user, both. Any questions so far? Status, that's the last concept in the social factors. The other social factor is role and status. It's like this. Particular person, an individual like you and me. So it says that we play a role. That means a series of activities. Along with the role that we play in the society, we want to maintain certain standards. Like, so sometime at a time we play only one role, and sometime at a time we are playing multiple role. So certain standards, sorry, status are there for us to maintain. Just since I don't know about yourself, I'll take me as an example. If I'm taking myself as an example, at the moment I'm playing the role of a lecturer. Okay, because I'm playing that role. You are playing the role of student. Okay, so that you can come in casual. Okay, and also you have to play your role well. Otherwise, I should also play my role well. So I should be a good lecturer and I have to dress either if I want to maintain status, I have to come like that to the class. So that is why I'm demanding those kind of official wears and the sarees. And if I'm taking like the role what I have played in the university, so the way I'm permanently attached to. So today morning I had an MBA lecture at Chapura. So that's why I had to go on in the formal way because that is the role which I'm playing over there. So accordingly, I had to maintain standards over there, status over there, so that I'm in a sari today. But for your class, of course, like that kind of a rule is not. I have break the rule, of course, probably may have. So then, so I'm in a, but not in a casual, but in a formal. It's not casual at least. Okay. But for your case, that's okay. Since you are coming for the class, you'll have students today, so you can come in a way that you want. But from Monday onward, you are all changed. So you are an employee. So you can't go to the job like this, the way that you are coming to the class. Isn't it? Your boss will call you and say that, where are you going? You can't just put the denim and a t-shirt and go to the work. So there are certain rules. So that you have to maintain that status. To maintain that status, you will demand for certain products. Understand? Like, say, even in a family, we play a particular role. So I'm playing, of course, three roles in the family because I'm a daughter to my parents and I'm a wife to my husband and also I'm a mother to my son. Okay. And also I'm an employee. Also, that's it. That's it, no? Yeah, I'm an employee, like an lecturer. Okay. So basically I'm playing four roles and I hope it will be all right. Thank you. So I hope the problem will be sorted out shortly. If not, you have to pass a message again the way that you did last time. Okay. What I was talking about, like the role and the status, where even in a family, you have a certain role, same as me. The way that you play your role, it brings your status. You might be a son or daughter, or you might be a husband or a wife. Like if you have children, so then you are playing the role of a mother or the father. If the father is coming 4 legs in the night, so the following day, you are going to take the power in the family, but the other family members are not respecting you. Agree? The children will respect you only until they grown up to a certain age. So once they make their own decision, they won't respect you because why? You didn't play your role well. So if you are a mother or the father in the family, understand your role and remember that the people are observing you as much as the success that you are showing in your role, then the people will respect you. I'm a lecturer now. Now, the way that I'm teaching, so it's determined whether I'm continuing the service in this institute because this is a private institute. Okay. Not my the permanent job. So if, of course, if it is a permanent job, that doesn't matter whether I'm delivering lectures in a way that the student can understand or not. That's a permanent. Okay. But when you are giving a service to a private institute like this, so it's totally depend on the feedback. That's not the totally like up to a certain level. It's depend on the student's feedback. If I'm not playing my role well, then certainly you will not respect me. So you will not listen to me. Okay. You be in the class for some time, then after that you will go and tell the management. So of course we won't get anything out of this lecture. You see. So therefore, marketeers are well aware of this. People playing multiple roles so that they want to play their role well to get the status. So when they want to play their role well, so they have to behave in a certain way, and also they are demanding certain products and services. So then if I'm taking myself, since I'm doing my job, I'm coming in this way. But if I'm changing my role as the one who is going out for shopping, then I'm not playing the role of a lecturer there. So that for that instance, I might demand casual because I don't need to go because the role is different. Okay. So like sometime in the morning, I'm playing the role of the lecturer, but in the afternoon, I'm playing the role of the mother. Because I'm just picking up, dropping the son and picking up. So therefore, what I'm doing is like, in the morning, I'm in the sari, but in the afternoon, I'm in the casual. That's why people need different sets of clothes. Because we play different, the roles is the same as you. The weekend, you are playing the role of a student, so that you need casual wears. But in the weekdays, so you are playing the role of the employee, so that you need the formal wears to go to the office. So that we need multiple the dresses. So it shows that it is a good opportunity for marketers. Take it up. People play multiple roles. One time they would be just a family member, or another time they would be an employee. As an employee, so there are certain ways that you have to go to the work, so that you need the office wears. But as a one who is following up the program, like the education program or professional program, you are just participating as a student, so that you need a sets of casual wears as well. That's why people demand for the variety of product, because that the variety of clothes should matches with the variety of roles that they play. That's the idea I want you to take up. All in summary, I would say that since we are playing multiple roles, as the way that we change the role, we are changing our dress code. And that is one side. And the other side is like sometimes an individual is playing multiple roles simultaneously. Now, earlier I said that the time to time we change our role, but sometimes some of the roles are supposed to be played simultaneously, like what? Especially working women. So they are playing multiple roles at once because they have to take care of the family, the house, the children, work. Okay. So then you can't be present in all the cases. So you can't do the house cleaning by yourself, and sometimes you can't take care of your child by yourself in person, because in person you have to go to the work. But still you are having the responsibility. You are playing the role of a mother and a housewife. So then the people are looking for solutions. What kind of solution? It's an opportunity for marketeers. You look for telecommunication, you look for mobile phone, you look for a vehicle. So you look for like the housekeeping, like maids, and you look for transport to the carry out your children. And also sometimes you look for the ready-made food, and you look for like the restaurant, because you are not at home to cook for the dinner. So you are in the office. So that on the way that you are taking something for the dinner and go. So it's a demand for the restaurant. Understand that because of the multiple role that's being played. But anyway, to maintain your status, you have to do the responsibilities. play the responsibilities, to play that role well, you are taking a lot of assistance. So that assistance become opportunity for marketeers. Take it down. Assistance, like if we take the working women, multiple roles are playing at a time. An employee, mother, housewife. At least these three at a particular time. So being working in the office, so you have to coordinate with the family and also the children. So that's why you are looking for mobile phones, network, and sometimes the automobiles and the external transportation services like the tri-shows and the school vans and the housemaids, laundries. What else? Ready-made food, frequently purchase of yeah, food item from the restaurants. That all become opportunity for marketeers. Okay, is it fine? So let's go for the personal factors. I know that you might be hungry, but you have to wait for another like 10 minutes or so. Would that be fine? So we'll take the break 12:45. Unfortunately, that like both you and me are all in the victim boat, like starting at a very unusual time, but for your benefit. Yeah. Yeah. So we'll tolerate for another 10 minutes or so. So personal factors. Now I have finished with the cultural factors and the social factors. And let's go ahead with the personal factors. So one of the personal factors is like age and the life cycle stage. Like it says, if we take a particular person, so that person is passing certain stages in the life cycle. That is common to you and me also. That's totally linked with the age. So if we take a one who has just born, and until the person is turning like 3 years or so, like the infant stage and the toddler stage, they pass. And then they become child. And then it will continue maybe till the age of 10. Then after the 10 is heading, then they become teenage. So up to 19, they are teenagers. Then from 20, young. So young stage. So that's closely linked with the age. And then young, and it will continue like roughly till 40, then the mature, the adult. So likewise, it goes. So this says, as per the stage in your life cycle, your requirement is changing. It's obvious. Because if we take the child is less than 3 years, we have to give only the food and medicine and the high nutritions that we have to feed. That we might be go for formula and the vitamins and all what we are giving. We have to be very particular about what we are giving and also the high nutrition. So the marketeers are well aware of it. So that's why they are highlighting from all their products that side. They don't highlight the taste because taste is not a matter for those people. And also they don't have a decision-making power. It's the mother or the father. Basically, mother makes the decision. So that's why the ones, those who are offering the formula milk or maybe the small kind of solid, they are speaking to the mother because mother is the decision maker. But once they become like the child, so then, so they change the way that they are thinking. Like the earlier, their heroes are parents, mother and the father. Then after some time, that is changing in the mind. Like the heroes become cartoon characters. They start living with the cartoon characters. They think that they are the heroes. They are the ones they are in the world. Okay. So that once they change their behavior, they love to see those cartoon characters everywhere. Like in the t-shirts, handbags, pencil case, shoes, everywhere they love to see that the favorite cartoon character. So what's the marketing point out of it? If you're designing something for that age, so you should know who are the famous, the cartoon characters, so that you have to print them. Even in this, on the first cover of the stationeries. So that's how marketers are making use of, because it's a very powerful influencing factor for people to decide which stationery to go and which t-shirts to go. Okay. But then, even the toys also. But once they're passing like teenage, so then again the behavior is changing. So it's very hardly we can see the one who is after 10 years, like wearing the like shoes, the having a handbag or pencil cases with the cartoon character. That's gone. Then they become like little shy to live with the cartoon. So then if you are designing something for the teenagers, make sure that shouldn't bring to the flow. I mean, for the t-shirt or something like that. And my son is 12 years old. Like I have the stationery lot. So, but he doesn't want even to take those stationaries to the school, and because he thinks like the people, the surrounding people might think that he's the child yet. Because it's been printed that for cartoon character, he was really loved those days, but he doesn't like now. You see that behavioral change. And also, like when we take the small children in the early stage, they don't have a decision-making power for the clothes that they wear, the shoes that they wear, and the bags that they have to buy. That is, the parent make the decision. But once they become teenage, they don't depend on the parents. Still, the parents are paying the money, but they make the decision what to wear, what dress to wear, and what shoes to wear, and what kind of bags that I have to carry. So likewise. So the marketeers should know that difference, and they have to speak to those teenagers, like 18 plus card, debit card. They're speaking to the teenagers. And the cream soda advertisements, they are speaking to the teenagers, not to the parents, because they know that stage, they make their own decision, they become independent. And also the priorities are different because they try to do a lot of fashion, because they try to be attracted by the opposite the gender. So that they are doing a lot of fashions, and also they need a lot of the varieties of clothes and shoes, bags, and those kind of ones. So the variety also increases, and the fashion is highly being worshipped by those people. So it's a good opportunity for marketers. Then after that, like once it's become like 20 plus, they understand the importance of the education. So then they settle down like, now I want to do a job and I have to have my own career. So they are become little serious. So then they pay attention to the education. Until then, probably they might be just playing around. Okay. So that's why the companies, the education institutes, they are targeting that age. Know the real value of the education, and also you want to do like, you have to uplift the capacity, and also you are looking for a job. And then once you become like closer to the 30 or 20s, you want to get married, you want to have your partner, you have to have your own vehicle, and also you are looking for a house to live. But those days you didn't think about those ones. Then the marketers know that this is the target market, so that we have to speak to these people about this product. And once they become like 40 plus only, as per the Sri Lankan experience, people start thinking about their health, how to get rid of sugar. So we are very much concerned about the fat level. So then whether we have diabetics, obesity, or the cholesterol. So the medical testing, all these things coming after 40, and the physical fitness, maintaining the BMI. So the physical products like the vitamin and then all the kind of the beauty related products and those ones are coming after 40. They don't target the early young generation because in the early young generation, they don't care about the health. And even like once like 40, 45 and closer to 50, the retirement plans by the banks, they won't target it for the 20s. They target for the people because they know that with the life cycle, their preferences are changing so that our target market is changing. So we should target our product to the respective life cycle stage. Like once you in a stage where you have married and with the children, so far you have been giving the priority for yourself. Now your priority has gone to your children. Then it's targeting about like the parent with the children early, the age. So something like that. You see how that's been changing as per different product preferences? Take it down. Like have the different age and the life cycle. 0 to 3 infant for the child, toddler. And then you can see like, I will make it as 3 to 10. It's another group. And then 11 to 19 is another group. Then 20 to 30 is another group. 31 to 40 is another group. 0, 3, 3 to 10, 11 to 19, 20 to 30, 31 to 40, 41 to 50, 50 to, I would say 60, 60 plus 10. Okay. So then 0 to 3, food, nutritious food is their requirement so that the companies are offering those kind of product for that market. Nutritious food, the formulas and those kind of one. 3 to 9, basically that is a good market for toys. Toys and cartoon characters and those ones. Okay. And then 10 to 90, 11 to 19. So it's mainly like fashionable items, haircuts, school, the clothing items, shoes, fashion. That is 11 to 19 because it's teenage age. Then 20 to 30, like the people who are concerned about the education, their job, vehicle, own house. And basically like settling down in the family, in their own family, they're concerned about it. And then even 30 to 40 also you are more concerned about the next generation, dependent, your children. Getting married and having babies, like assuring their future, thinking about their education, their school, so that your spending pattern might be changed. And then the 40 plus like concern about the health, physical fitness, and the beauty. I'm just highlighting only the priorities. It doesn't mean that the beauty is only after 40. So they are like healthy products, exercise equipments. Those ones basically they target for people 40 plus. And then the 50 to 60, like the retirement plan. And then again, the healthy food, keeping the body fitness. And the 60 plus. So what is the priority? What would be the priority? 60 plus. So you may have people living in 60 plus in your families. What would be their priority? They love to think about the life they spent. They love to talk to someone, isn't it? This is what it happened. Other than that, how about their behavior? So that probably that would be like the retirement stage. So in the retirement stage, like what the people would do. Of course, the physical fitness is still they will be continuing. Other than that, they are looking for the next birth. The spiritual side, isn't it? Thinking like, okay, this is like the religious kind of things, and then they will participate for those funds and they will sponsor those funds. So if you just call a one who is in the 20s and say that we have this kind of ritual, they who cares? I don't mind. So that is a target market for those kind of programs. All the religious, the people, they should understand the majority should come like 50 plus at least, 60 plus maybe. May I quickly finish occupation? Or you want to break? Break. Break or occupation? May I finish the occupation or go for a break? Tell me. Break. Let's go for a break of 25 minutes. So we are going on a break for 25 minutes. You also can take a break. Okay, this is a kind of an announcement for the virtual class. So in the physical class, there was a problem in the cafeteria, the spaces were not there, so we have to give some extra time for the physical students to finish their lunch and come. But I'm in the session, so in the meantime, I will upload the PowerPoints and also assignment brief together until the other students are joining with us. Lunch के ओगला break में थी. I gave like almost half of. Where I need to get some. අනේ හරි ඔය කෑවට පස්සේ හදිසියක් නෙමෙයි මට ඔය පුළුවන් වෙලාවක එන්න මට මේ ෆයිල් එකක් අප්ලෝඩ් කරගන්න තියෙන එතන සිට ඉවර වෙලා වුණත් ප්‍රශ්න ෆයිල් එකක් දාන්න තියෙනවා හරි ගිහිල්ලා කරාට තුන්නේ නැහැ හිමීට එන්නකො කාලේ හදිසියක් නෙමෙයි ක්ලාස් එක ඉවරලා හරි කරන්න පුළුවන් ක්ලාස් එක නැතිනම් මම ආයෙ කොහොමද හරි කමක් නැහැ අපි නෙක්ස්ට් වීක් කරමු හරි don't worry හරි okay. Okay, we'll start now. Okay. In fact, I was having a chat with your the class because since the timing has been changed, it's a bit challenging. I don't know. I can't see the virtual students, but I can see the physical students where it's they're having a problem of like concentrating. So what I thought was like once we are starting the class at 11:30, we'll continue until 12:45 or so, and then we'll have a break. Certainly, I think it's not practical to limit the break to 20 minutes. We have to have at least half an hour break because there is the capacity problem in the cafeteria where the students should have enough time to have their meal. So that the lunch break is going to be half an hour. Then after that, then once we are starting like 1:15, then we have to continue until 3:30. So that means 2 hours and 15 minutes. If I feel like your concentration is not there, I might give you like 5 minutes break in the middle. Okay. So that is for the virtual class because the virtual students may not have that problem, but the physical students today, even the last week also, I felt it. So then if I'm coming back to the point, and I have to request you don't sleep after lunch. So we have already finished how the age and life cycle stage it's influencing our behavior. And the other one is the occupation. That means the job what we do. So if you take the same age person like you may have some friends, those who are doing different jobs as you are doing. Like if I'm taking 4 scenarios, one maybe your school friends. Now one would be a nurse. And another one would be a teacher, school teacher. And I put into a one who is working in the corporate sector, who is working in a private sector. And one who doesn't work, just a housewife. Okay, just take like 3 of your friends that you had when you were schooling and comparing that 3 with you. Now you are working in the private sector. One of your friend is a teacher and also like other one is a nurse and the other one doesn't do any job. So I'm just getting the female character. So based on the job that they perform, it's influence like what quality of product they purchase and also what nature of product they purchase. Like being a teacher, that friend might be spending a lot for the saris. As per the Sri Lankan experience, Sri Lankan, the teachers should wear the saris. Okay. And you, since you are working in the private sector, so you are spending for, in terms of clothes, you are spending for the office wears, okay, formal wears, okay, because it is the nature of your job. But if I'm taking the one who is working as a nurse, so she may not spend much for clothing because it's a uniform. Okay. And the one who is staying at home, again, the spending for clothes, it's not same as the teacher and you. Because she might be going out and even the nature of the dresses, it's mainly the casual dress. But for you, you are spending a lot for the formal wears. So that reflects as per the occupation, how the people's behavior is changing. So how accordingly people demand for clothes. And even if I'm taking other two extremes, if we take a person who is working on the street and the person who is working in a private company, so you have to maintain your status so that you are spending for clothes, but the one who is working on the street, he or she doesn't need that much of clothes. Isn't it? So therefore, the marketeers are well aware of it. They know that they want to maintain the job status. So based on the job, what they purchase, especially for clothing item, it's influence. Take it down. Take down that example, it's make you more easier. Occupation determined the type of clothes purchases. Occupation determined the type of clothes purchases. Nurse won't spend much because it's a uniform. The corporate sector, the private sector worker spend lot for office wears. Teacher spend lot for sarees. And the one who is at home not spend much for clothes. If they are spending, that is mainly for casual wears. Then again, you can even note down like the one who is working on the street, not spending much for clothes. But the one who is working in a private sector, you have to maintain your status so that you are spending a lot for office wears. And even if you look at some of the expenses that you are making, some of those ones you are making just because you want to maintain your job status. Isn't it? Okay. So if you are going to a particular the rank in your job, you can't give simply 1,000 rupees for something. So you have to give like at least 5,000, isn't it? So that spending pattern is determined by the position that you are holding in the company. And the other one is economic situation. That's a very clear cut. Higher the income, different purchasing pattern. Like if you are comparing yourself when you are a student, like not earning, you have only limited money that you are taking from the parents, then you will not care about the quality. You're just managing with that money. But once you start earning, then the economic situation change. You get more money. So once you get more money, then the variety increases and also the quality increases and the requirements also getting more and more. That because you have more money. Higher the money, more varieties and more quality. That's it. So that's why, like, if you take so which kind of industry that's mainly matter for all the industries, but if you take like perfume, people try to show that once they have more income, they go for branded perfume because from the smell itself, we know that it's an expensive one. And even for tobacco, alcohol, and even like the way you spend the vacation, and even for a number of clothes that you have, it's depending on the economic situation. Because those days when we were in the school, like in the not earning stage, we may have only limited number of trousers and the shirts and the frocks and those kind of things. But once you start earning, so you increase the number and also you increase the quality. So the variety increases. That's what here it says. Take it down. Higher the income, more varieties, and more quality are concerned. Generally, that is affected for all the industries, but we can see a clear-cut difference for the perfume, cosmetics, luxury products like automobiles, vacation, mobile phones, Like, if you don't have the money, you will simply happy with whatever the phone that the parents are giving. But once you have the more money, then you decide like, I want this mobile, something like that. Okay, then the other one is lifestyle. So lifestyle means what? Lifestyle means what? That's all general knowledge. Huh? All what I have discussed today is a general knowledge. It's nothing new. It's a matter like how that's influenced and how it's being used by the marketeers. Lifestyle means now you have to speak more, otherwise you fall asleep. Lifestyle means what? You don't know what's lifestyle. I'm not asking the definition. It's the way that you live, isn't it? Okay. So lifestyle means the way that we are living. Okay. So it says like depending on the lifestyle people have, it's determined what they consume and how much they consume. Okay. Like if you are taking two extremes like healthy lifestyle and unhealthy lifestyle, there are some people, those who are very much concerned about the health. So then they are very particular about food that they are consuming. And also they are very particular about the body fitness, weight and the height. Okay. And also they do the frequent medical checkups. And also like they might do like a lot of exercises. That is like that those kind of product would be targeted for healthy lifestyle people. But the people, those who are not healthy lifestyle, they eat whatever, the junk food, they don't care. And also they are not much concerned about the nutritions that they are taking. And also they don't care about their height and the weight. Okay. Also like they hardly go for gym and the exercises. So then for those products, an unhealthy lifestyle is not a potential for the marketeers. Okay. So that may be, that is a clear cut thing. I will give an example. If we take the some companies that operate in both lifestyle, like if I'm taking McDonald's. So the McDonald's is a chain that's around the globe. So if we take Sri Lankan people compared to the UK people, like Asian and the Western people, so the Western people have basically healthy lifestyle. They're very particular about their health. But if I'm taking the Sri Lanka as one of the context for the Asia, so we may not be that much health oriented. Okay? So then the McDonald's is nicely changing their strategies to address these two lifestyle strategies, two lifestyles. If you go to McDonald's in Sri Lanka, so whenever you are having dining, for the tray, they put a tray liner, that the sheet that they put before the meal, it's been placed. Okay. So can you remember what is there in that tray line? I don't know how about from where the virtual students are coming. You can think about your country situation. So what is there in that tray line? I know that you have been to that place. Can you all remember that? But it's been printed. It's not just a white sheet. It's not just a white sheet. So what is printed on that? Can any of you remember? They just printed, they are using it for promotional purpose. They just printed a particular menu item, maybe a Big Mac or something. So sometimes, like if some promotions are there, they just print on that one. So for Sri Lankan people, they are using the tray liners for promotional purpose. Because they know that the Sri Lankan people are not much health conscious. And can you all tell me like how much of a calorie an average person should have per day? How much calorie we want per day? I think it's like it's different from the male and the female. There is a slight difference. Just Google and see. Google and see like how many calories we need per day. And it's depending on the gender. It shows like how much we are health conscious. At least we don't know how much of a calorie we need per day. 2,000. For a female, it's 2,000, and for a male, 2,500. Yes. It's for a male, it needs 2,500, and also like even you can see with the age also it's slightly changing. So then being a Sri Lankan person, we are not much concerned about how much calorie, and then if that is the case, we don't know what is the carbohydrate level per day, and what's the protein level, what kind of vitamins we require, and also what are the minerals we need, and how much fat and how much sugar that we can have per day. But the European people, the UK people, they exactly know. Okay? For my age, this is the carbohydrate that I have to consume per day. This is the protein, these are the vitamins that I have to have. And then I have this much of a fat can be consumed, and this is the sugar level that I have to consume per day. So they have it in their mind, and then it's like a quota. So per day, this is much. This is the for each categories. So then in the morning, if they have eaten something, they are deducting it from the quota, per day quota. And then like for the lunch, if they have eaten something else, then all together, when it's come to the dinner, they know that, okay, for the dinner, I have only left with this much. So that's why their dinner has become light dinner. Because the quota has already gone. They know the quota. Okay? And then the McDonald's is nicely using it. How they're nicely using it? In the UK McDonald's, if you take the tray liner, sometimes they are using like to the front or else to the reverse side. Okay. So the main menu items, like the most frequently going items, so they take and put it into a chart. Say if it is a Big Mac, by consuming a one Big Mac meal, so what you are consuming this much of carbohydrate, you are consuming this much of protein, these are the minerals and these are the vitamins it has, and this is the fat it has, and this has this much of sugar. So the people very particular about it, so that's why it's been printed on the tray line. So while they are taking the meal, they want that information. So you see how the marketing is being changed. The same restaurant, two different places, just because of the two different lifestyle. So they have to have two different approaches. So that's why like some health bands, like it shows the how many steps that you have the spend per day, and what's your heartbeat and what's your sugar level, and likewise not the sugar level, you can't measure the sugar level from the health band, like the heartbeat and those kind of things. Some bands are there, but it's not that popular in Sri Lanka. It's only very unique, like a niche market, the people will purchase it. It's not that prominent in Sri Lanka case because we don't have that kind of a healthy lifestyle, but that is very prominent in those countries where they're very particular, like how many steps and how many calories that I have burned. Okay, so you see like how the marketing is being changed into two different contexts as per the lifestyle. And also the other example, now I gave one example from the food, like what McDonald's is doing, and also the health band. So why it is not that popular in country like Sri Lanka, because we don't have a healthy lifestyle for our people. And also the other one is, you might have seen in retail shops, like when we are using stairs, in some places that say like you burn this much of a calorie, less this much of a calorie. Have you seen? I have seen even in Sri Lanka also. So what does it say? What is the message? I don't know whether it's the companies are passing that message because the Sri Lankan people are health conscious, or they are just simply doing it for some other purposes. It's asking people to burn the calories, use the stairs, isn't it? But I don't know how many of us are using the stairs instead of the lift. So that is also like, but we can't see that kind of a calorie indication in many places in Sri Lanka, because Sri Lankan people are not much care about it. Even though it is being indicated, people don't take that into the mind because people don't want to burn the calorie. I think it is because of the way that we look at the beauty, because for the Sri Lankan people, the beauty is like chubby. So if you are very thin, and the people might think that you have some problem, isn't it? So either you have some problem, like once you see a person who has gone down a lot, and then the relatives and the friends would say, "Oh, come on, what has gone wrong with you? So you have gone down a lot." So then it shows that we don't have a healthy lifestyle. Okay. So therefore, people don't want to burn the calories, so they want to keep like chubby. But so then that is, I think, for the Bangladesh, even it's more serious than Sri Lanka, because for the Bangladesh, it's female means if the female is chubby, it shows the female is very pampered and rich looking, and also the beauty goes with the chubbiness. But the Sri Lankan case is slightly different, but still we have it. Okay, take down the lifestyle. Compare healthy lifestyle with the non-healthy lifestyle. If a particular country or the customer group is having healthy lifestyle, they are very particular about the food they consume. And they spend time for exercises. They demand exercise equipment. And they are maintaining their body weight. And they are doing the regular medical checkups. So for the marketeers in those industries, like fast food industry, and also like physical exercise providing companies, gyms, and sportswear companies, we have to consider this one. What kind of lifestyle people have. And but if it is unhealthy lifestyle, so people don't care about the food, the quality of the food and the ingredient of the food, and people don't care about the health, no medical checkups. So nothing they are doing for the maintaining the body fitness. So then it's not a good market for the companies, those who are in that industry. And you can take down the example of the McDonald's using tray liners only for promotional purpose for the non-healthy people, and using the same to provide some nutrition related information for healthy lifestyle people. And also, like, you might see the diversity, that is, I have taken only healthy lifestyle and an unhealthy lifestyle. You also have seen that the diversity in terms of like the materialistic life and the spiritual life. Some people, they have a philosophy like high thinking but simple living. But whereas others might think like the more the product that they consume and the more the sophistication that they have their life, they like materialistic people. So those people are the ones that I said, like, sometimes, like, you don't eat, but you spend the money to buy a branded phone. Because from the things that you are using, so you want to show that you have a sophistication in your life. But some other people, so they don't want to showcase what's the life that they are spending. So they decide, okay, like what nature of a vehicle that I have to buy, what nature of a mobile phone that I have to buy. where you might give the priority for the function, not for the status. So likewise, some people like they have a very the sophisticated phone, but very hard to maintain that even. And it is the same for vehicles. Like you want to have a super luxury vehicle, but in terms of maintaining, you may not have. And also sometimes like you want to show that the physical materials that reflect your lifestyle. But another person would say that, no, I don't care about the physical materials. I like my mental freedom. So that you will go for another versions. Understand? Like it can be seen a different way. Other one is personality and self-concept. Like personality is how the others look at you. Self-concept is how you look at yourself. Okay, it's closely linked with gender, because it says that basically we can see two types of personality: masculine personality and the feminine personality. So masculine personality is with the males. Feminine personality is with the female. So it's easy for you to match, like masculine is M, so it's male. The feminine is F, it's feminine, like female. So then what is the nature of the masculine personality? Marketers should aware of it, because accordingly how they make decision and what product they consume, it's influence. What is the nature of a masculine personality? Because in this class also I can see two personalities, two genders are there. Some are masculine and some are feminine. So what is the character of the masculine person? How about a feminine? It's like this. You have to correct me if I'm wrong. The feminine person always love to be cuddled, like the very ladish, like like even a small thing you cry, and also the tolerance it's very low, and also like you love to be cared. You love if someone is caring you, and also like you need a lot of attention. And also when you are making decision, you try to be dependent. Always you try to be dependent, and also you see that you want a kind of a security. Okay. I'm asking from the females, is it your nature? Okay. So then that is the female, the attributes of the female, the feminine personality. And the masculine personality, like they don't want to be influenced. Very independent and dominant. And also I would say a bit stubborn. And more the influence you make, you become more stubborn. And also like you don't try to be dependent on something else. You just value your independence. I'm a female, so I don't know whether I'm true or not. Is it true? Of course, for feminine personality, yes, I know that some of those characters are with me also, so then that's correct. This is what the theory says. Is the theory correct? When I'm asking from the boys, is the theory correct? Are you like that? Okay. So marketeers are well aware of it. They know that. Like how a male is making decision and how a female is making decision. So that's why even some of the product female use give the responsibility for a male. Basically for technical product. Laptops, even yet the mobile phones and the automobiles, those kind of things. But very hardly a male is listening to a female. Am I right? But females need a kind of an assurance. Even if you make a decision, but you need an assurance from a male party. So that's why the mobile phones, laptops, automobiles, some of the home appliances, television and those kind of ones, they are coming in masculine colors. What are the masculine colors? There are some colors that matches with the personality. What colors matches with the masculine personality? Black, white, blue, brown, ash. So any version of a dull color. They don't like very bright colors. Any version. Okay? And so those products are coming in those colors, isn't it? Because they know that the decision is made by the masculine person. The masculine people don't like feminine colors. Can you all remember in Sri Lanka, we had a vehicle called Cherry QQ. It's very bright colors, very sweet colors like the toffees, but we can't see that on the road that frequently. It was not that successful in Sri Lankan market. Why? Because as per the Sri Lankan context, automobile is the masculine product. The male is the one who makes the decision. So if you don't match the color with that personality, you fail. That it fail. Understand? So even the mobile phone also coming in the range of those colors yet. The laptops also coming in the range of those colors that I told you. And all the home appliances, not the kitchen appliances, like the living room appliances, that's all coming in masculine colors because it's the male dominant decision. Agree? At your home, is it you dominate the decision? So, but the mobile phone covers are coming in feminine colors. Very like pinkish and then very colorful things and very fancy, the kind of things like the cats and the whatever the version, the decorations, that's for the females. Because they make their own choice for the case. Understand? Okay. So that shows like how we have to handle the product by matching the respective personality. And I'll give another example. Same product, but if you are handling with two different personalities, say fairness queen. We have fair and lovely in Sri Lanka. Lovely words, it goes with the feminine personality. Okay. And also it's coming in pink and white. Because pink is the female color, it's a feminine color. But the same thing, the brand is changed for the male. Fair and handsome. You have a product called Fair and Handsome, isn't it? So what color is it? Black and white. It's coming in black and white, isn't it? Yeah. So even if you are using Fair and Lovely, you will hide it and use. You won't take it out. Because then you become like a lady. So that's why the marketeers have nicely identified that difference. Like the personality diversity. Even the boys, like you are just think about like if you have your unique room and see how much pink that you have used in your room. Hardly, I would say. Pink is not the male color, it's a female color. So that's why all the marketeers, they are using pink if you are targeting a female, the feminine personality. Otherwise, it's and when the boy is born, it's a blue, but girl, it's pink. And I just look at the bed sheet that you are using in your bedroom. If it is not a unisex one, if it is a unisex one, of course, your partner is the one who make the decision which color of bed sheet that it needs to. But if it's your own one, hardly you will go for a pink if it is a boy. Understand? Like that kind of the masculine products are there, feminine products are there, and also keep in your mind like there are some crossovers. There are some people with the boys with the feminine personality and the girls with the masculine personality. That is also possible, but in exceptional cases. Okay, like I can say from Sri Lankan leaders, the Bandaranayaka, Sirimao Bandaranayaka, and the Chandrika Bandaranayaka. So it's a known fact like they are being females biologically, but they have masculine personality. Like Iron Lady in Philippines, she is having a masculine personality. And you look at the colors of a dress that they are wearing, hardly you see in pink color. Okay. So that's that kind of exceptional cases are there. But generally marketeers know that two different masculine and feminine. This is how they behave and this is how these people behave and these are the color preferences. So you have to decide like which product is be taken by which person. So then accordingly you have to offer the product. Take it down. Two personality types are there, masculine and feminine. Feminine, like more dependent, less confidence, love to be cared. But the masculine, very independent, dominant, and bit stubborn, and don't like to be influenced. Based on the product, it's determined who is the main decision maker, which personality the decision maker is having. Example, automobiles, mobile phones, laptops, home appliances in the living room, the decision is made by the masculine person, that means male. So that is why those products are coming in masculine colors. You can take down masculine colors are black, white, blue, ash, brown, any version of dull color. Some products are commonly being offered, but change as per the personalities. Some products are common, but change as per the personalities. Example, Fair and Lovely, a fairness cream. Fair and Lovely, a fairness cream. In pink and white. But Fair and Handsome for boys, black and white. Okay. You have energy to continue? You have? Two. Yeah, you have energy. Okay. So let me complete this one also. You can continue for another 15 minutes or so, then after that we'll take 10 minutes break. Like motivation. Now I finish with the personal factors. Now I'm moving to the psychological factors. Okay. The one of that psychological factor is motivation. The psychological factor means like something within you, but you can't see. Personal factors you can see. Okay. The one of which is motivation. Okay. I think you are familiar with this. somewhere else in your education, have you met this, the hierarchy? Maslow's hierarchy. This is a well-known hierarchy for motivation. So you might have learned this either in management or in human resource management. So Maslow is introducing this to motivate the employees. So it says like when you are, I will introduce first, I'll explain the original one, then I'll explain how it's being used in marketing. The Maslow says, if you want to motivate your subordinates, if you are the superior, then make sure there are requirements we can arrange to a hierarchy. Every single person wants to first fulfill the biological need, physiological need. Biological need means physiological need. That means we need food, we need water, we need the shelter. So those, without those ones, we can't live because we are human beings. And also once we have that, once we fulfill that biological need, only we look for the safety. And then once the safety is being there, then we look for the social need. And once it's been fulfilled, then only we look for the ego, I mean the self-esteem. And then the point where the person is saying that that is enough, I have fulfilled all my requirements. Maslow himself is saying that people very hardly go to the tip of the hierarchy. Coming to a stage where that is enough for me. It's very hard that someone is coming to that mindset. Okay. So therefore, if I'm taking like the simple example to say that yes, they are there. If we keep a person in a hunger for about a week or so that person even take a life risk to get the food. Agree? That's what Maslow says. So when we know that when the soldiers are being trained, you might have heard like the soldiers are sent to the jungle with the dog. And then after several weeks of running out of the food, so we have heard like that the dog is the one that being killed by the team and eating. And it's like so strange for us. But if we also in that category, we might do the same because hunger is more serious than the safety. So we will eat anything, then we will think about what will happen to us later. First, we have to make sure our tummy is full. So if the tummy is full, it doesn't matter even if we die. That's the what Maslow says. That's why when I can read your faces, like when I told you, like once I started the class 11:30, by the time 12:30, I don't need to look at the time. I know that you are with the hunger. So then no point that I'm continuing because I know that it doesn't go to your mind. So that's why like some of you, I don't know, that mostly has with the boys also it has like when you are in the hunger, you don't care the relationships. You shout to anyone, no matter how much you love, but you shout. You lose your temper because you are with the hunger. The social need is coming after the biological need. So that's why some people are like very crazy. Once the starving condition comes, not the hungry, even the highest level of the hunger. Then how come the safety is coming before the social need? Very typical example. Just imagine like you are going somewhere with one of your loved one, the best friend. Okay. Simple as such, like if a dog is coming behind you, trying to bark, like just bite you, first you run away. You don't care the friend, isn't it? No matter maybe you are the boyfriend or a girlfriend or maybe your best friend. So you don't care. First you run away and you rescue yourself. And after that, you look at what happened to your friend. So that is the reality. That's what Maslow says, that first safety, then the relationship. No point that you are fighting with the other person, that what happened, this is like, that is the reality. That's the human being. So it doesn't show that the person doesn't love you. First, the person loves himself or herself. Then the next person. That's what the Maslow says. So therefore, like if you are being given a job which give a good status, like in terms of the title, you have a very good title, but your salary is very small. Are you going to stay in that company? Certainly not. Because if it is not sufficient to fulfill your biological need, so what the point of having a good status? Isn't it? So therefore, like this is being used for maintaining the remuneration package. So to make sure like, and also that if you have been offered a job saying that this is a permanent, no probationary time period, it's a permanent contract. So you will the continue for the company, but this is the salary. If the salary is not sufficient, are you going to accept it? Job security is coming after the biological need. So therefore, this is true. Agree? Now, how this is being used for marketing? It says that when people purchase certain products, it's been the motive. There are different motives. Motives are the inner drives. Like there is someone within us asking us to behave in these ways. That inner drive is the one that we call as motive. So marketing is taking in that perspective, like given time, which are biological, psychological, it become a motive when it's aroused a sufficient level of intensity. So a need that is sufficiently pressing into direct the person to seek satisfaction at the end. So you have to behave in a certain way that you are happy, but someone within you will guide you to behave in that way. Like marketeers are aware, even for the same product, different people may have different motives, different inner drives. If I take the mobile phones, you might have seen some people like they are buying the phone. You ask from yourself, why you are buying the phone? You ask from yourself, like if you want to buy a phone, so like what you are looking for from a phone. That is something we all have purchased. I told you like we can live without the food, but we can't live without the phone. So what do that you look for when you're buying a phone? Tell me, I'm waiting for your answers. Huh? Options, yeah, options it has, yes, like probably you might look for the duration of the battery. And also like you might look at of course, taking call and receiving call, the quality of the calls. And also like the weight, how handy to the hand, and the design, like the shape, the processor, the speed, the memory. Those are the main things, isn't it? Like whether you can do your work done. Plus brand, isn't it? Like, so the marketeers are aware when some people are purchasing mobile phone, they give the priority for the functions that is being done. But whereas some other group of people are there, they give the priority for the brand. I told you that story that it's a true story. I was having for my research purpose, I'm just interviewing some top people of the companies. So the one of the company owner, so he has recruited a marketing executive for a small salary like 35,000 or 40,000. So then after a couple of days later, that's the boy like 20 plus boy. So he has come up with the Apple phone. In Sri Lanka, Apple phone is very expensive. So that is being goes as the status quo product. Okay. It's like a luxury product that's been positioned in Sri Lanka. So then I think it's almost like 200,000 rupees, isn't it now? I don't know how much it is. So anyway, it's expensive. So then So, like that, the owner of the company was just having a chat with that boy and was asking like, from how did you get this phone? And then like very friendly way, not like the dictating way. Like, from where did you get this phone? How you get the money to buy this kind of an expensive one? Because like he knows that it's expensive. It's the latest one. Then the answer from that the boy was, my father got the gratuity. So from that one, I asked, so father gave me the money. You can imagine like the gratuity, it's normally we take after several years of a service. So it is just a one-time payment. So from a gratuity, so if you are buying a phone, so that means you see what is the motive behind it. So he wants to maintain the ego. So then the real motive is the esteem. But once I asked that question from you, so you were telling the options. Like even for me also the same. I may look at the functions that I can get it done from the phone. The brand is there, but brand is coming later on. So what's the motive then? You and me. And that boy's main motive is esteem. So you and me's main motive is what? Social. We want to be connected with the people. So that's why we give the priority for the functions. Understand? The same product, marketeers are well aware. Different motives will guide for different customers to go for a different products. So the Apple is always stimulating the status. Apple doesn't highlight the functions as much as the other phones are highlighting the functions. But other phones are highlighting the functions because they know that the real motive is the social need. Clear? A lot of luxurious products are like this. The luxurious automobiles, they know that the people will go for luxurious automobile, not for the traveling purpose, not for social need, because you need traveling just to be connected with the people. Only the community vehicles are the ones that fulfill the social need, but the luxury products are always highlighting the esteem need. Another example. And even clothing items, the wristwatches. So when you and me buy a wristwatch, we see whether it's worth, that's it. Isn't it? But some people, they go for very expensive wristwatches because then they don't need a wristwatch, but they want to get the esteem out of it. And even food, like there may be some people, if the person wants to have a lunch, you just take a lunch packet, go to the corner, have it. Which motive? Which motive? If you are such a kind of a person, you feel hungry. Like what I did. I felt hungry. I just took something from the canteen. I didn't have a space to sit. I just went inside. I said that, may I take a seat here? Sat down and had my lunch, came. Which motive? Which motive guided me to go for that kind of a behavior? Tell me you. Now I have given two examples. This one I have to take out of you. Which motive is predominantly direct me to go for that kind of a behavior? Social. I didn't socialize with anyone. The last one, biological. I just want to fulfill my hunger. That's it. Okay. So then there are some restaurants who have the lunch packet separately. There they are fulfilling those kind of people's requirement. The lunch packet is there, no matter from where that you are eating. We don't care about it because those companies are aware that there are some people like this. So that's why they are being packed. But there are some other people with the Sri Lankan culture for the virtual students, what I'm telling. So sometimes like we have our own lunch, but the way that we consume it's different. Like say if it is 5 friends, each one is having a lunch. So first one lunch is being taken, it's open and everyone is finishing it. And then they take the next one, then take the next one. Normally we do it when we were schooling, isn't it? Sometimes like once the lunch is open, we see only the open. That's gone because so many people are being crowded. You can take only just one, the small portion of a lunch and that's it, then it's gone, then the next one, so likewise. Which morning? What is it's predominantly? Social. It's a social need, okay? So that is just not for the food, but for the friendship, okay? So how the marketeers are using in the restaurant? They should understand some people are coming for meal, not just for meal, but just to hang around with the people. Then you have to keep place reserved for those kind of people. And you have to make the surrounding, the physical environment in a way that the people can spend the time in it. That because even though they are coming for food, they are not coming for food, they are coming for the friendship. And also some people, like when they want to have a meal, they go for like the reputed restaurants. The people say that today I had dinner in Kingsbury. I had a dinner in Hilton. Those are the reputed hotels in Sri Lanka, in Colombo. Stay. Because they just want to show off that they have had the dinner and the lunch over there. So they go there for the stay. So that's what I told you, like the coffee shop concept in Sri Lanka. So the people, if the people want to go for a coffee, they go for coffee shops in Colombo. Not to have the coffee, the biological need is not there. So sometimes they want to be with the friends and also they want to show that they are in the upper social class. So it's the esteem and the social need. Understand? Odell, what they highlighted, esteem, not the biological need. Otherwise, it's a biological need, like being a human being, you have to power up your body. But Odell didn't highlight it. Because they know that the people going to the Odell, it's not for clothes, but for the esteem. Sit down. People purchase product driven by different motives. People purchase products driven by different motives. Example, people give the priority for the function of the mobile phone. People give the priority for the function of the mobile phone. Main motive is social need. Social need means being connected with the community. Being connected with the community. So that is the social need. So that's why you are giving priority for the functions. But at the same time, some people give the priority to the brand name. Luxurious brands, not the functions. So their main motive is esteem. This is the same scenario for automobiles. Luxurious automobile, and also like the clothing retailers. So example, you would say the Odell. So where they highlighted the esteem, not the biological need of covering of the body. And even restaurant, so they know that different target group, it's been motivated by different motivations. So that's why they give the wrap lunch packets, the wrap lunch packets for biological need requirement. And the dining area, social need. And maintaining a super luxury brand to fulfill the esteem need. Even in like hotel industry, the hotel industry, this is predominantly being used. So the reputed hotels, like the graded star hotels. So sometimes it's more or less the same facilities that you can get from the hotel, but because of the brand, they are charging high price because they know that the some people they come for the brand. ST, not for relaxation. So that relaxation even they can get it from somewhere else also. Okay, shall we take a 10 minutes break? Because you have gone to the peak. I can see. Take a 10 minutes break. Okay, I think you had a break of 10 minutes. Hope you have enough energy for another 45 minutes to 1 hour. Okay, now we'll start. Okay. Other psychological factor is, I hope you are ready. Other psychological factor is perception. Okay. Perception means what? It's like how you interpret the world. That is what I would say, like in the layman language. In the world, like in the practical scenario, the different incidents are happening. The ones those who are sitting at the back, am I audible? Am I audible? So, like certain incidents are happening in the society, but we will absorb the information and we will define it and interpret the way that we want. Do you agree? The scenarios that we look at from our own eye, so that we will interpret the way that we want. So the way that we are interpreting certain things are the ones that we call as perception. That is highly linked with the attitude. So if we have a positive perception, if the perception is more towards like the positive side, it will end up with a positive attitude. So that is the theory says. So this perception, it's something changing. So like having understood this by the marketeers, so they are nicely using this. I will give you some scenarios how the marketeers are using this perception to influence the people, because they know that based on the perception, their behaviors change. Like say for an example, it's highly connected with attitude. Like if I'm take a particular scenario in the Sri Lankan context, the Sri Lankans are basically we are using coconut oil for cooking. So that is one of the custom in Sri Lanka. We are making the food by using coconut oil. So then when the vegetable oil wants to come to Sri Lankan market, it's initially it was from Turkey, from the Turkey brand. So when they want to come to the Sri Lankan market, they realize in the among the Sri Lankan community, there is no favorable perception towards the vegetable oil. So even for the attitude also, it's not that favorable. So then it's no point like you come to the commercial and saying that the vegetable oils are having these benefits. No point. So what they did initially, they hired the journalist. They hired the journalist and asking journalists to write about the negative side of the coconut oil. The coconut oil is having the cholesterol and those kind of things. They started writing, it's a news, they like the series of newspaper articles. And for the general community, it's like it's not being connected with any commercial company. So then like people trust those kind of newspaper articles than the commercial. Listening. So even your case, including myself, like if something is written in a newspaper article, that we trust it more than something it's been said by the commercial, by an advertisement. Okay. So, but we don't know that article, the one who is writing that article is being sponsored by the company. So likewise, for a particular time period, the journalists were the writing about the negative side of the coconut oil, then it's created a question mark in the minds of the people in Sri Lanka. The perception is damaged. You had a very strong, the favorable perception towards the coconut oil. Now it's been damaged. People start thinking about, oh, come on, that I have the coconut oil and also like I'm using coconut oil for cooking. So then it's really bad for my cholesterol, and likewise, then it creates a vacuum in our mind. Once it's created a vacuum, then we were looking for a solution. Now there is a vacuum because perception is being changed, and then the very strong positive attitude that we had for the coconut oil, it's been slightly shake. So then the Turkey introduced that vacuum. For the vacuum is the one Turkey introduced. People accepted Turkey, I mean the vegetable oil. So then the demand for coconut oil slowly went down. So the coconut state, their income also went down. Because coconut oil is made out of the product that's coming out of the coconut state. So what happened was in the Kurunegala and that the areas where it's prominent for coconut cultivation, so those people cut down those trees and they converted into land, property. So that because that is what happened to the coconut oil market in Sri Lanka. Then that's how it shows, like by influencing the perception, how we can win a particular market. Then later on, like again, once we have the issues with the vegetable oil, then people want to change it to the coconut oil, but they can't simply say that the coconut oil is good now because they've been criticizing oil. So now they are taking like pure coconut oil, virgin oil. So that is good, not the normal one. Okay. They try to build up that perception once again for a special kind of a coconut oil. And the same thing they did for the Nescafe. I told you the example. For the cafe product, we didn't have a good perception because we are tea drinkers. What they did was, so with the coffee shop concept, they put that cafe to our mind, develop a favorable perception and also favorable attitude. Then now it's being created in our mind, and now we are going for the cafe products also. Nescafe. Take down. Perception influence the purchases. Perception influence the purchases. Also, perception is changing over the time. Example, vegetable oil company changed the perception towards the coconut oil using sponsored journalist. Using sponsored journalist. And another scenario like Nescafe, develop a favorable perception towards the cafe product through the coffee shop concept. And the other one is learning. learning determine our future behavior. How that happen? Like how the learning will dictate how we behave in the future. So this would be sometime like our own learning or else someone else's learning. Like something like this. Suppose that you go to a shop, you had in a restaurant, you had a meal. You ended up with a bad sickness. More the punishment you had, more you remember. Do you agree with me? More the pain and the more the suffering you had, say if it is a food allergy, maybe that create a tummy problem. So then the more the suffering that you had. So then the next time, whenever you are deciding to go for a restaurant, unless otherwise you are very greedy, you will not select that restaurant. Even if you go to that restaurant, you will not try that menu item because still you do remember what happened last time. Is it? That is, you have learned from your own experience. And also it says that own experience, it can be towards the positive side or to the negative side. If I ask this question like, if you go to the restaurant and consume a delicious food and think about how long you do remember it, and also think about like the food that you ate and it causes you a lot of allergy or the tummy problem. So how long that you remember? So which one you remember for a longer period of time? Positive experience or negative experience? Negative experience. So normally we do remember what went wrong than what went good. So that is the nature of the human being. So therefore, as marketeers, we should understand, like you should not make your customers suffering. If a customer suffers, then the consequences are so dangerous because they have learned, their learning will influence the decision. That's why we say that the bad stories are having wings, not the good stories. And that is for your own. And sometimes it's not that your experience. Maybe someone else's experience, maybe your relative or your friend's experience. Okay? Sometimes like it's not that it happened to you and your friend is saying that the person has eaten this menu item so that the person is suffering like this. Or else a person has gone for this kind of a mobile phone. I feel really tired of talking that loud. Can you all hear me? The people, those who are sitting at the back. It's really made me tired. Okay. I have to complain next time because I think there is another class also the other side. Make sure that one thing is it loses my concentration and the other one is it's really made me tired. Yeah. So the other one is like even for a mobile phone, the automobile and whatever. So if your friend is telling that I had this bad experience, you will think twice before you go for that option, isn't it? That is learning from the other's experience. So that is also something we have to remember in marketing. People determine their next decision either from their own experience or from someone else's experience. So therefore, always keep in your mind, you have to give the positive experience to the people. So long as it's a negative learning, so that will give a negative result. Take it down. Learning determine the future purchases. People learn either through their own experience or someone else's experience. Take down the example. A person had food allergy of consuming a food item. Person have food allergy by consuming food item. Will not try that again. Will not try that again. So it is a negative learning experience. And another example, like if a friend claims that a particular mobile phone it is with some technical issues, you may not purchase it. So that reflects how someone else's experience influence you. That is someone else's experience. How does that influence you? Then the next one is so you have learned diminishing marginality. Have you learned the economics that you have the evening class? So you are also there. I'm also there today. Okay. So diminishing marginal utility, like that has coming to the diminishing level. Okay. Because my day it's also started at 8 o'clock, same as yours. So you might be started at 9, but I first started at 8. Okay. So and the other one is beliefs and attitudes. It's like this. I told you this, even though I'm discussing these ones separately, like that is interconnected. Perception gives you the beliefs and the attitude. Okay. Like that is also connected with the religion. Okay. So if I take like in Sri Lankan context, not even Sri Lankan context, it's the same in around the globe. So like in some religion, you believe that if you're supposed to eat meat, so that meat should be processed as per the halal policies. So then you have a positive attitude. Okay, that kind of a meat it's possible to eat. And also sometimes you have a kind of a belief, and that goes with the negative attitude. Certain type of meat we should not eat. So that you have a negative attitude towards the for Islamic community. Okay, something like that. And even like again with that religion, you may have a kind of a perception that will go with the certain kind of attitude, belief and attitude. So if you are using a perfume, that should be alcohol free. So then again, it's coming from the religious perspective. So, but then for the perfume that is with the alcohol, you may not have a positive attitude. So that you don't go for that. And even for soap, cream, and those kind of ones that you are applying to the body, so that should be free from the animal oil. So then if some cream or the soap is there with the animal oil, you believe that you should not use it. So that you have negative attitude. Okay. So that's, it's like a chain. That I gave the example that relevant to the religion, and also sometimes like that is the case for consumption of alcohol and tobacco. Okay. Some people, they rationalize that having alcohol, it's good because of these reasons. Like it's kill the cholesterol and those kind of things. Yeah. Okay. So they say that means the perception is there, so that they believe like this, so that they have a positive attitude, so that they consume. But some other people, they say that no, it's true. It's not true. So the alcohol consumption or tobacco consumption, that gives these kind of consequences, so that we have to refrain using it. And it's a negative attitude, isn't it? Okay. And even for some product like in Sri Lanka, we have a product called Marmite. That's something like a spread that we can have. Like it says, like it gives some nutrition. Even we, as a drink, also we can have it. Like in Sri Lanka, we have, if we take the people, we have two type of people: Marmite lovers and Marmite haters, because of the smell and the taste. Okay, so some even they don't want to get the smell of Marmite, and some they really they love having the Marmite. So that the positive attitude and the negative attitude. The one like who really hate Marmite, of course, they have a negative attitude and they will not buy it. And the one, those who love Marmite, it's a positive attitude, so that they will purchase it. So then, like as marketeers, so knowing that okay, lovers and haters are there, so anyway, lovers are purchasing. So how we are going to attract the haters? If a marketing perspective, if you want to attract some people out of the haters category to the loving category, anyhow, you want to sell the Marmite for the haters. How? Can you remember that the commercial like Pizzamite, Rotimite? Can you remember? Okay. So what they have done was, like, they have identified there is a cross section in Sri Lanka who hate Marmite because of the smell and the taste. Okay. So therefore, what approach that the company did was, that was of course proposed by our team, the team of researchers. I was also there in that team. Like, if you can combine it with the favorite food of those category, pizza and those kind of things. Okay. So in a way that they can hide the flavor and the smell, some of those people will come and join the not the lovers category, at least in the nutrition, like the neutral point. So likewise, marketing, the people should know, especially for alcohol, tobacco, and certain kind of meat, and for the religious perspective, for certain, I don't know how far that is so serious for perfume and for the body lotion, those ones. Is it serious as in Middle East countries like animal oil free and the alcohol free? Is it the same in Sri Lanka? I'm asking a question. Like, because I know that the Islamic community, they are in Sri Lanka, just for learning for my purposes, because I'm telling the world experience. I don't have sit that closely with the Sri Lankan Islamic community. I have sit with because I have very close friends from Oman when I was doing my PhD. So that experience is the one that I'm sharing, but I don't know how for perfume and the body lotion, is it the same in Sri Lanka, or you don't care? Tell me, you. I just want to learn because I don't know. Like, so can are you thinking in that way? Like when you're buying a perfume, you check whether it's alcohol free. Yes or no? No. Okay. And also, like for the body lotion and the soap, are you check whether the animal oil free? No. Yes. Okay, that means it's there even in Sri Lanka also, no? Check down. Attitude, positive or negative, determine the purchase of the product. People with the positive attitude people with a positive attitude. Towards alcohol, tobacco, some meat, within bracket you can say pork, determine whether to consume or not. Big relief to my head. They have stopped working. And even like you can take down Marmite, positive attitude, and the negative attitude, lovers and the haters. Marketers can decide just to be with the lovers or attract some haters as well. So with that one, I have finished very lengthy discussion of this. It was the lengthiest topic in this area, like the factors influencing consumer behavior. So I have taken each and every one, and then I have given the examples and how does that influence, and also like how the marketeers are using that. Any questions so far? We have another two small areas that I can cover up today itself, like okay. Now, when people make purchasing decision, like the way that they behave, it's been determined by two factors. One is the level of involvement that you make to purchase decision. And the other one is like how much that you see the brand differences. Okay. Like if I'm taking the customer involvement, we can see two types of product, high involved products and the low involved products. Okay, so let's see what these high involved products are. Like high involved products are the products that are very expensive. Because of their expensiveness, we don't buy that frequently. So even whenever we want to buy, so we want to collect a lot of information and we want to think very carefully. We have to do a lot of homework, if I put in a layman language. Why? Because in case if you go with the wrong selection, the consequences are serious. We can't tolerate the loss. Even we can't recover the loss that we are making very quickly. Example. High involved product that you are purchasing. High involved decisions that you make in your life. Expensive, so not very frequently buying. So in case if you made a right choice, so it's very hard for you to recover the loss. What kind of product? Example. Automobiles, yes. We don't buy automobiles that frequently, but of course they're expensive. So in case if you ended up with the wrong choice, then it's very hard for us to recover the loss. Other than that, even laptops. What else? Getting registered for an education program. It's a hard decision, isn't it? Which one to be registered, and once you have paid the money, either you like it or not, you have to continue it. Otherwise, you have to give out the money that you have already paid. So that's why education, the program offering institutes. So they ask like the people to, even if it is installment payment, like finish all the installment before the first semester exam results are being released. Because once the first semester results are being released, so once the students realize that this is not, I can't do it, they don't continue, they don't pay the rest. So therefore, they have the design in a way that at least a majority of the tuition fee it's taking before the first results is being issued. Otherwise, the program is lost. Other than that, what else? Even a marriage partner. Not very frequent in Sri Lanka, in the Asian continent. And it's expensive means like in terms of lifetime, yes, it's expensive. And if you go for a wrong choice, the suffering sometimes like with the community, sometimes it's like lifetime suffering. So you can't get rid of it because you can't divorce. As per the Sri Lankan, you can, but it's hard. Okay. So that is high involved. The low involved, then opposite. Not that expensive. So very frequently we buy. And in case if you make the wrong choice, it doesn't matter. Like we can tolerate the risk or else we can recover it quickly. Like what? Stationaries, bags, shoes, and those kind of ones, the normal other things. Because if you purchase a pair of a shoe, if you don't like, just leave it aside. You can give it to someone else's, okay? Because it won't harm that much to your budget, okay? Take down those two high involved products and the low involved products. High involved products, expensive, not frequently buying, and hard to recover the loss. Expensive, not frequently buying, and hard to recover the loss. You can take down examples as automobile, laptops, properties, jewelries, gain register for the education program, the selection of the lifetime partner. So those are like high involved the decision. And the low involvement product, not expensive, frequently make, and the loss can easily be recovered. You can take down the examples as stationaries, bags, shoes, clothing items, cosmetics, FMCG, any FMCG, soap and those kind of things, toothpaste, brushes, any FMCG. Okay, now, like for certain products, which has a significant differences across the brand, and for certain products, we don't care that much of a brand difference. Okay? So if we take the first type of buying behavior, buying decision behavior, complex buying behavior, it's something like this. Like when you want to make a choice, like it's a high involved product, like say for an example, laptop, it's a high involved product, and there are different brands for their laptops. So for you, one brand is significantly different from the other brand. Same like automobiles. Okay. Like if I'm taking the laptops, if you want to buy a laptop, first thing is you don't know like based on what criteria you have to evaluate each option, isn't it? First, you have to set the decision-making criteria. What I have to look for. That also you have to collect the information. You have to get the advisors. I have to look for processor. I have to look for the hard drive. I have to look for the RAM, and I have to look for the weight. I have to look for the brand. I have to look for the repairability and the battery and the second-hand market. So likewise, you have to make the list. That list also, to make that list also, you have to get the support from the different information sources. Then after that, like now you know that different brands are there. For each of these brands, you have to collect this information. Okay, if I go for Acer, what is the processor for this model? And sometimes the modules are there. Then for each model, you want to know that one. And what's the price for this? And what hard drive I have, what RAM I have, and what this thing, that one. So likewise, you have to get the information for a one brand. And you have to do the same for the HP, and you have to do for the same for the Dell or whatever. So you know that these each brand is different from each other, so that you have to collect the information. And then after that, so if we take one brand, sometime like not all positive things are coming under one brand. Some of the points you like Acer, but some of the point you like HP. So it's always with the pros and cons. So it's make you a nightmare. You don't know what to select. Because sometimes you like Apple, but the problem is you don't have the money. Sometimes you like this one, but the problem is it's having a battery problem. So it is the same whenever you are buying a laptop or automobile. So that is a complex decision to make. You have to do a lot of information search. You need a lot of advisors, and then you have to process all this information from your mind. And then you have to make your mind. So whenever you are like deciding, okay, I will go for Acer, sometimes it doesn't mean that is the best option that came to your mind. You might have foregone some of the most preferable brands. But this is feasible, so that's why I'm taking this. Understand? Sometimes you make decisions, something like that. Okay. So that is what we call complex mind behavior. It's a complex decision for people to make. So if that is the case, like how should marketer behave if a customer making that kind of a decision? Are you with me? You understand what I said? No? Okay. The complex buying behavior, it's a complex decision for us to make, like, because this brand is having these good points, and also it has some negative points. Also, other brand is also this other brand. So likewise, but we don't know because different people are telling different stories. So then, having understood that one, how should the marketers tackle with that nature of decision? You should understand the difficulty the customer is facing. Okay. So like if you are a company which sell if you are a company which sell laptops, you have to train your staff. You have to be tolerant to the customers, because don't expect the customer who is stepping into your store and to purchase the laptop from the first attempt. They won't do it. They're simply coming to get the information and advices from you, and they will go. And sometimes the next time also the same customer is coming, probably may ask the same question. You have to tolerate it as a salesperson, because you should understand that person is also in a difficult situation to make the money. So that's why thousands of questions are being asked. And also you should not rush the customer. Give the customer a time. Okay. This is what it said. You think and come. Okay. And also you have to be an advisor, because having said that this person is also having a problem. So if your sales staff can help that person, so then we feel like very comfortable. Everyone love to be in a comfortable zone in the mind. So that's why sometimes like you like some sales people, not the product or service, but you like the way that the person is handling you. Haven't you come across with that kind of the experience? Okay. So even if like say A, B, C, 3 shops, sometimes that in terms of the services and the product, C would be much better, but the people who is in the A shop, they are like kind of the friends and helping you and try to think about different sides, and also they are providing a lot of information. And even once you go home and if something new comes and they send it to you, then you feel like you are in a comfort zone with the A shop. So you might decide, okay, I will buy something from them because if something went wrong and this person is there to help me understand. So, so therefore, in the complex buying behavior, we have to provide information, advices, and we have to help the customer to make a choice. So that is how the marketeer should behave in a complex buying behavior situation. Take it down. Complex buying behavior example, buying laptops, mobile phones, jewelry, buying jewelries, automobiles, where the brand is significantly different from each other and also it's an expensive product that we buy. So in the complex buying behavior, customer looks for more information. Take down. The customer looks for more information and advisors to decide the brand of that expensive product. And such information are being analyzed and make the final choice, which is a complex process. It's a complex process. Marketeers should provide as much as possible information and advisors in a way to help customer to make a choice. So I think like I'm having early class today. It's 3:15. But I think that is enough for today. So next time I'll cover up these stats.